27, Lantana traffic.
Flaps up.
Yellow Wacos, 1 mile southwest, inbound from Lantana, going to set up for a downwind for 27 Lantana.
Okay, traffic error 30, left base, 27, Lantana.
Visibility, 10, ceiling, 4,700, broken, 6,000, broken, 7,500, broken, temperature, 3.1 Celsius, dew point, 19er, altimeter, 29er.
Lantana traffic, helicopter, A1 correct, 7 to the southeast, 500 feet southbound over the intercoastal, last call,
lightning distance.
That's going to be on, that's the weather there.
County Park Airport, Lantana. Automated weather observation 2017 Zulu, weather, wind 270 at 11 gust 18 visibility 10 ceiling 4,700 broken 6,000 broken 7,500 broken temperature 3.1 Celsius dew point 19er altimeter 29er 88 remarks density altitude 1,900 lightning distant north.
Altimeter set, transponder standby on 1200, but we go to altitude reporting. Brakes tested, attitude indicator. We'll check
Yellow Waco, left base, 27 Lantana.
Lantana radio check.
Loud and clear.
All right, we're taxiing for runway 27.
Yep. And I'll do my brake test first. I have the controls.
You have the controls.
I have the controls. Very good. You have the controls?
I have the controls.
You have the controls. Yeah, one thing Andy likes to point out to people, even though it makes perfect sense to go down here,
traffic error,
we try to encourage people to go the shortest distance where there's no other planes, because now you put yourself at risk of bumping into any. If you turn right, there is no planes.
I see.
But just,
Yellow Waco, final 2.
I'll be full of little comments like that. But that's one of the joys of flying with another instructor. You get some different perspectives. That's a pretty plane right there on the end.
Oh,
Columbia.
they call them Corvallises now?
Yeah. Well, it's now called a Cessna Corvallis 350. We used to have one online for rent.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What, $400 an hour?
It was not. It was $270. It was cheaper than the 206.
Look at that Waco get blown around.
Yep. Just your checklist there will give you some video blockage.
Come on, get down in there.
Where do you want to do your run-up?
For 9, I've never taken off on 27. I'll pull up down there at the corner.
Yeah, you could do that, or you could just do a 180 here off to the side. Make sure your tail is not blasting anybody. Just keep going to the right here. There you go. You have numerous.
Blast it towards the hangar?
No, you don't want to blast towards the hangar. They get very angry, especially if their door's open. They'll come out and yell at you. This is good right here. Perfect.
Okay, run up, brakes set, fuel valve both, trim. Gonna take off on that. Flight controls. No red X's. Well, we're not using nav.
Lantana traffic, Cessna 172, departing from runway 27. Any traffic is advised. Lantana traffic.
All right, I don't have any G1000 steps here.
Nope, skip all those.
Standby. ME test, manual electric trim. Okay. That works a lot better than it does on the other airplane. All right, doing run up. 1800 RPM. Looking for no more than 150. And within limits, as you'd mentioned earlier. I checked for vac, and I checked before I saw those.
Okay.
Amps, no, it's still there. Okay, the throttle friction's good. Comm nav is set to 122.7, which is CTAF for this airport. And I'm not familiar with this panel, so I'm assuming, and maybe you can correct me, that I am speaking and listening to Comm 1.
That's correct.
10,
And that would be Comm 2,
1,
right? So the lights change when you do that? I have to go.
I gotcha. Thank you.
Now you're on Comm 3, which won't work.
Sure.
Traffic station 122, upwind of runway 27, turning southwest, Santana traffic.
All right, pre-takeoff 0 to 10%, flaps 0, mixture best power. All right, I'll do it now. We don't need any pitot heat. HSI to compass. There might have been some precession. I didn't move my bug to the wind. You recall what the wind was?
That's 270, right on the nose.
2526270. Okay. Doors and windows.
I'll leave mine open to the last minute.
Thank you. Transponder squawking 1200, altitude reporting, landing lights on, strobes on, time note. Good to go. Brakes released, ready for takeoff. What's the flight plan?
Let's go. We will depart straight out to the west. Once we get clear of the pattern, we'll go to the southwest out to the practice area. If that sounds good to you.
Yes, sir. I've not taken off on this runway before.
Right.
But do we go to the end, come back around in?
What we're going to do is go this way. We'll cross runway 33, and there's a little ramp over there that you can't see from here that gets us to 27.
Aha, thank you.
So you just have to be careful crossing to make sure nobody's doing a crosswind landing on 33.
I'm noticing that. Nobody coming. How about that? All kinds of new stuff on the day that I want to be at my tip-top performance.
Yeah, that's good. It's good for you. Yeah, we rarely get to up. There goes my camera. I know what's happening, why it's doing it. I'm not sure I can fix it, but
I'll hold short.
Give me 2 seconds, and we'll. If I can't fix it, we'll give up on mine. All right, we're ready whenever you are.
Okay.
Windows coming closed.
Lantana traffic, Skyhawk 2142 Tango, departing runway 27 and heading out to the practice area. Lantana. Ready for takeoff?
I'm ready. All right, RPMs look good, oil pressure's still in the green, and airspeed's coming alive. And the only thing you have to be careful about when you take off this runway, there's that little corner of Palm Beach surface airspace. If you go straight, you're fine, but just be aware of it, that it's there.
Thank you for pulling that up.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that.
Yep. And to be honest, if you cut it, they're pretty lax about it, as long as we don't go way in. All right, what do you think the best way to get to the practice area is from here?
I think we'll do, like, head 240.
Okay. My camera does not appear that it's going to stay. Sounds great.
Radio interference.
Somebody has
Play antenna radio check.
Yeah, I believe my camera is not going to stay up, so we may have to abandon the idea of a second camera today,
Okay.
which is too bad. But
I think because of that overfill situation with the left tank, we got the floater giving me this indication.
Yep, that always happens. Cessnas are famous for that. Expensive airplane, but they can't manage to make a fuel sensor that works. It happens on every Cessna almost, even the brand new ones.
Antenna traffic 907 Juliet Whiskey. 3 on the ground, antenna.
Do you want a specific altitude, Nick?
No, let's stay at 1,000 for now. Well, we got to be careful. You're up in Palm Beach airspace now, so you got to get back down. Make sure you're 1,200 or below while we're in that shelf area. And do you know where Willis Glider Port is? Has Tom ever pointed that out?
I ever flew it one time.
So if you look at about 2 o'clock, see the runway right on the edge of the Everglades?
I do see it now.
So that one you always want to avoid flying over because there are planes that operate there with no radios, old antique airplanes.
All right, don't mind me. I'm just going to push it over. I want to be
Yeah.
down. 1,200, you're good, or you want to be 1,000?
Anything under, when you're under the shelf, you got to be 1,200 or below.
Understood. I'm sorry. What altitude did you want?
Oh, what you pick.
Okay, I was going to say 1,000.
When we get up from under there, when we get out from here, we'll go up.
Okay.
We'll probably go up to 2,500.
Okay.
So what I do is I always make sure we're far enough west past it before we turn out to the west. So when you're doing your solo out here, you just keep a good... Another thing you can do is come right here to the turnpike and then head south along the turnpike until you get south of it and then go out. And a new good mark is this new Boynton Beach Bethesda West Hospital, which you see right in front of you.
Yes.
That's a good landmark now. If you see that, you know it's Boynton Beach Boulevard. I'm going to switch over to the practice. Do you remember what the practice area frequency is?
I haven't ever switched over to it.
Yeah, so it's 12275, and it's not a formal designation of a frequency. You can turn westbound now. It's a designated air-to-air frequency that we just use informally with local knowledge out here.